I guess my question would be to the Padre ownership, and I would imagine AJ Preller would want to bring him back. Why wouldn't you bring back a guy that's already won 3 batting titles and he's 28 years of age? But how much money will the Padres offer to keep Luis Arraez? Now think about this. He's playing a power position. He's a non-power player, but he's a good hitter. Puts the ball in play. What's he struck out so far this year? 9 times, I think. He struck out the other night. I think it was his ninth time he struck out all year. Puts the ball in play. Plays with a little bit of flair. He's definitely gotten better at first base, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But I want to take a look at his career numbers here. And I'm going to ask you fans right now on our show today, and I want your opinion. When we're going to get out to Coach's crew here in just a minute, and I want your opinion. This is a tough one. I think this is a tough one for all the teams that may be looking at Luis Arraez because he's a guy that plays he's a non-power player at the position he plays. Okay, so far in his career, he's a 319 career hitter. On base percentage, career 367, slug 417, an OPS a 784, and an OPS plus a 117. Not a base stealer, not a guy that's going to drive the ball out of the ballpark, but a guy that puts the ball in play and keeps the line moving. I think he's a good offensive catalyst. I think you hit him anywhere in the lineup. We've seen him hit first. We've hit him second. He obviously could hit third. He's hit fourth quite a bit this year. The guy puts the ball in play. He makes defenses make plays. And he's got a knack for slapping the ball the other way and doesn't strike out. This year so far, after a slow start, remember he started out 0 for 13? Well, since then he's hit 304. But right now, anybody want to bet that he finishes in the top 2 or 3 in the league in hitting? I mean, he's getting better and better right now. He's up to 293, 327 on base percentage, 409 slug, a 736, and an OPS plus that's going up at 105. Guys won the batting title in 2022. AL batting champ with Minnesota hit 316. 2023 NL batting title with Miami hit 354. Last year combined with Miami and San Diego won the NL batting crown 314. 3-time All-Star. Going to be a free agent making $14 million this year. What do you offer him? I was thinking there might be some teams out there that would give him $20 million, but that would be a reach. What would you offer Luis Arraez? Realistically, what to keep him in San Diego? What would you offer him? Would you offer him 15? Would you offer him, 16 million a year? Maybe a 3-year deal at 16 million a year? These are the things that Arraez brings to the table. He plays hard, great attitude, team guy. He's worked his ass off at first base. He's become very good at first base, not only fielding ground balls, former second baseman, but he's really done a good job of his footwork at first. And every once in a while, he'll get tied up a little bit, but he's still growing and learning. But he's gotten a lot better at digging balls out of the dirt. And again, he's not going to turn 29 until next April 9th. So, I mean, you're getting a guy really in the prime of his career right now. What do you pay for Luis Arraez to keep him here in San Diego? And there's nothing to say that the Padres wouldn't trade him this year. I mean, if they don't feel that they can re-sign him, they may trade him. The Padres, between now and July 30th, what are the Padres going to do? In some ways, and I know fans don't want to hear this, but I'm trying to look at the short term and I'm trying to look at long term. And I'm really, really concerned about the long term because we don't have a farm system right now. The kids that are in the farm system that are considered top prospects are in double A on the injured list or in high A and performing okay. So I'm really concerned about where our farm system is at right now. And I'm worried that this team here, they could limp into the playoff. This is not a great team. There are too many holes on this team. There really is. And for the amount of money that's been spent on this roster, it's not very good. It really isn't. The bench is deplorable. I mean, the bench, quite frankly, for a competitive team that's supposed to be going after a World Series, it's beyond awful. It's just a pathetic bench. It really is. They've got to figure that out, and I don't know if they will. You ever notice when the Padres sign all these like guys at the end of their careers, the Nelson Cruzes, the Matt Carpenters, the Yuli Gurriels, and I know Matt Carpenter hooked up again with St. Louis a year ago, and he did actually okay. But most of these guys never get picked up by another ball club. And I think that that's the same thing with some of the guys on this ball club here. If they get let go, I don't know if they're going to show up at the big leagues again. But the bench is pathetic, absolutely pathetic. And, the catching situation is what it is. And when you look around baseball right now, there's not a whole lot out there, catching wise. There really isn't. So I don't know what the Padres are going to do with that. I mean, you could bring Campusano up, but if you bring him up, let the guy play. Get him out of the witness protection program. Let the guy catch. At least let him go back there and see if he can get the job done. If not, then you tie a can to his tail during the winter. You let him walk. But this roster cannot win a world championship. There are too many good teams in the National League. Dodgers are scuffling right now. Giants are pretty good. Giants, they've got that magic working. I don't know if you saw how they won the game Tuesday night. Oh, my God. You got to go online and see how they won it. They won it on a 3-run inside the park home run by their catcher, Patrick Bailey. I mean, the last time that happened was in the 1920s. Crazy. And the Mets, the Phillies, the Cubs, the Milwaukee Brewers, all those teams are pretty good. All those teams are pretty good. I expect the Dodgers to get better. They're trying to get their guys healthy. Glasnow's pitching today against Milwaukee. Dodgers have lost 5 in a row. Freddie Freeman looks lost at the plate. Mookie Betts not very good. Ohtani hits a homer, but lines out to the catcher or bounces out to first base a lot. They're scuffling. Will Smith's been one guy to help them. Andy Pages, Max Muncy, who's out for, 6 weeks minimum with a bone bruise. And Dodgers got a lot of issues, but they're going to be getting guys back. They got a lot of depth. I mean, Dodgers still 19 games over 500, and that's a minor miracle considering everything they've had to navigate. But the Padres, they could fight and claw and get into the postseason, but then they're going to lose a bunch of guys, and they're going to have nothing to show for it. I mean, you think Michael King's coming back next year? Can the Padres afford Michael King? We know Dylan Cease's not coming back, for crying out loud. By the way, he's pitching tonight. He's not coming back. Will Arraez come back? I don't know. That's why I'm bringing it up today. What do you pay Luis Arraez? That one there is really hard to gauge because you'd like a guy at the corner that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. I know he hit his 5th home run last night. But I like this guy. I think he's a good guy, good team guy, out there early with a good attitude every day, taking his ground balls. So you tell me, what would you pay Luis Arraez? Give him a 3-year contract, 4-year contract? You tell me. Because I think every team in baseball, if they're looking at him, they're going to have a hard time gauging how much to give him because he's playing a power position and he's a non-power player. But I think he's a damn good baseball player and a great guy.